dating for me. A Virgo mentor said to me when I was in high school that that dating is collecting information. And as I grow from my Virgo Chiron, meaning my biggest strength and my hardest, my spiritual awakening comes from my Virgo, especially the fact that my moon is in the sixth house, meaning Virgo, Capricorn, moon, Virgo, sixth house. I had to come to the perspective where I love that ideal. Dating and even friendship, relationship, we don't matter. It don't have to be dating. But he said dating is collecting information and or collecting data. And it always stuck with me. Why? Because when you start to know, reason why knowing yourself is so important before you start any relationship, no matter what it is. Because when you know your own data, when you know your own information, when you meet somebody with information and their information, their data doesn't align with your data, because the word says info action, so you will inform an action. So when you are in somebody's database, you will cross-reference, you will intertwine, you will collect, you will absorb their information. And when you collect their information, you will become what the information that they are. Like, they even say when you're married long enough, you start looking alike, which is kind of bananas, right? So that's how deeply you can intertwine data, especially if you're having sex very often and it's very transmutic, etc., etc. So when you're in relations with people, you have to understand the data that they have. And that's why it's beautiful why I'm so analytical sometimes, because it helps me understand the data, not emotions, not feelings, not oh, you're not the one for me. I just want to see what your data is like. Now, this is probably very much a man's perspective of it. A woman will probably say, oh, this is too much. Oh, I don't like the way you said that. That makes me feel like an object. But this is a great way to not get fucked up. And what that means is you're not in a relationship with somebody who's a bullshitter, like somebody who's like full of shit. And what that means is this helps you understand if your data says you're a multiple six-figure earner, you go to work every day, you go to work or you have a business, you have multiple streams of income, you inspire others, you inspire young people, you travel all over the world, you are very spiritual, you take your spiritual life very seriously, you take care of your children, you are a positive role model for your community, you are a family person, you are very disciplined, you are very focused, etc., etc. And then you walk around with somebody who has different data than you, and then you say, wait, they're not, just to make this one negative, they don't have as much discipline, they don't have as much focus, they're not serving their community as much, they're very to themselves, they are very comfortable, they make 3 figures a year or less, they're not striving to collect more data and to collect more understanding, to collect more action, they do more action, they're not what else, they're not traveling the world, they're not into their family, they're not as disciplined as you, they're kind of iffy about their spiritual life, they're going from here to here, and if you understand this data, it helps you understand all of these things to say, do you want to cross-reference? Do you want to become that? Is that data serving your highest purpose? Etc., etc. So even in relation, I understand you are always attracting your reflection. So what that means is the universe will show you a cross-reference or a reflection of your date of the data either you need to shy away from, or the data you need to upgrade in yourself, the data or the information that you need to walk away from, the data or the information you need to throw away. And it's a very powerful perspective. I love that Virgo perspective, because he was a Virgo. Mr. Seeley, he was like, yo, it's collecting data. And that's with all, and that's how you get super detached. You understand, oh, wow. You understand data when you, or information. That's why Aquarians are very much great at being billionaires, because they see everything as just information. After a while, it's like, your information doesn't work for me. And that's it. I mean, it can leave you very unemotional. So, when you understand you are cross-referencing data, understand the data. Even these glasses, I read all the data. But outside of that, really understand the data of the people you hang with, or the information outside of all emotion. Look at the information. And if you say this information does not update my being, my highest self, let that information go. All emotions aside. Because what you interact with, you become. Period. Why it's so important to know yourself before dating. Because if you get to know, if you don't know who you are, and I mean at a solid level, you'll get to know yourself in somebody else's information. So that means that if you were dating somebody and you are lost, you don't know your purpose, you're not making much money, you will get to know your world in somebody else's world. And you'll get to know what you like, you dislike, you hate, you love, you can't stand, how much money you want to make, how much money you want your partner to make. And that's why it's so powerful to take so much time to know yourself. So when you do date somebody, you already know your limits. You already know, of course, everybody pushes their limits in relationship, no matter what it is. But you become more into the understanding of data and information when you come to the thorough understanding of what your data is and what you need to upgrade, what you need to heal, what you need to fix. And you gotta become unbeatable when you know your information. So you won't settle for when you collect a certain amount of information, you won't settle for nothing, because you know all information is out there. All information is within the universe to give to you. So when you're in when you have something that, when you have an information that says, oh, all men are dogs and all this other stuff, you only attract that information. When you have an information that says, yo, piece of information within you that says, yo, I can attract any woman, I can attract wealthy women, powerful women, beautiful women, strong women, spiritual women, dominant women who are about their business. And you say it with conviction, because I learned that you get in life according to your conviction about the information that you have. So when you are convicted about negative bullshit, that's what you get. Let me say it again. You get in life what you are convicted about. So if you're convicted about making money every day, and I say this because I'll never forget this lesson. I said 2 years ago that every month, ooh, I said it with a conviction. All my bills are paid in full. I say that now. And I said 2 years ago that my bills will be paid in full. My phone bill will be paid in full with social media sales. It's been 2 years ago, and I haven't had a job yet. Paid my cell phone bill. Every month, social media pays my bills. And you have to say that with strong conviction, to the point where you believe it, etc., etc. So, make sure you know your information, and you know what the information you want to deal with, what you're able to put up with, what's going to elevate you. So when that information does come, that you don't or do or do not like, you're able to handle it as such. You're able to objectively say, do I want to deal with that? And without emotion, you say no.